New developments in the Hillary Clinton email investigation. The FBI recovering about 30 emails related to the Benghazi attack. The Associated Press reporting those emails were not part of the thousands previously handed over to the Department of State. Clinton has previously said she only withheld and deleted personal emails. Joining me now, Thomas Dupree, former Deputy Assistant Attorney General under President George W. Bush. We'll get to her representations, which may or may not have been true, in just a moment. But first, so the public is going to get to see this FBI file, their investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails. What might be there?
Well, first, I think it's a good thing that they're making this available. I know that my reaction, and I think the reaction of a lot of Americans when they heard Director Comey's statement the other day, where he laid out a very powerful, factual case against Hillary Clinton, and yet then his ultimate conclusion didn't seem to match the facts that he had established. And so I think what we're going to see in this release, which apparently could occur as soon as today or in the next few days, is the interview notes, the witness summaries that will give us, I think, a little bit more insight into maybe what led Director Comey to make the determination that he did.
Well, look, it's a crime to intentionally mishandle classified information, and yet Trey Gowdy has already seen this report, the 302, and nowhere in there does the FBI ask Clinton her intent. So how could Comey have concluded she didn't intentionally mishandle classified information?
Well, that was one of the things that jumped out at me, Greg, when I heard Congressman Gowdy's remarks, because it's investigation 101. If you're trying to find out what a suspect's or a potential witness's intent was, you say, what did you intend to do? What were you thinking? What did you know at the time you engaged in the conduct you did? I mean, that almost seems, frankly, like the starting point of any inquiry. So it'll be very interesting to see from these interview notes, from the 302s, what exactly they asked Mrs. Clinton.
Well, it's also a crime to mishandle classified information through gross negligence. Well, Director Comey said she was extremely careless. Look, most attorneys equate the two as the same. Gross negligence is extremely careless. Did Comey draw a distinction without a difference here? And does that tell you the fix was in?
It certainly raises some suspicions, and that's why I think it will be very helpful for all of us to see what the actual evidence before Director Comey was when he made his decision. And look, the fact is he made his decision in the wake of a lot of suspicious conduct, including former President Bill Clinton's meeting with the Attorney General at the airport. And so when Director Comey came out with his decision, I think it left a lot of people raising their eyebrows a little bit.
And 2 days after the interview, I mean, that also raises a lot of eyebrows. You know, Hillary Clinton swore up and down, both in federal court and before Congress, she turned everything over. Clearly, that is not true. Here's what she said. Take a listen.
We turned over everything. I turned over every work-related email.
We turned over were more than 30,000 emails.
We've already released, I don't know, 30,000 plus, so what's a few more?
Now we know she didn't. Did she lie?
It certainly raises a lot of problems. I mean, I think that she will have some explaining to do if it turns out that there are relevant emails, potentially emails involving Benghazi, that never have been released before. Because you're absolutely right. She has said in court, in public, in a variety of different contexts that they did a thorough search, that they turned over everything that they had. And now we're learning, surprise, surprise, that may not have been exactly true.
You know what? The Benghazi committee has now sent a referral to the U.S. Attorney in Washington, D.C., asking for an investigation as to whether Clinton lied in that one of the clips we just showed you. If you were U.S. Attorney, would you take that very seriously?
Oh, you have to take it. So anytime you get a referral from Congress in this context, you need to take it very seriously. I think it's going to come down to when these requests were made, what exactly they did. We've seen evidence that they used a very sophisticated device to wipe these emails clean. It appears that Clinton and her people did everything they could to put these emails beyond the reach of man or God, and now they're turning up. So if I'm the U.S. Attorney, I take this referral very seriously.
Yeah, not only perjury before Congress, but obstruction for destroying evidence. Thomas Dupree, thanks very much.
Thank you, Greg.